morning, I am Prarambha Dahal. Let's begin with the main stories. 4 provinces yet to decide on their names and capitals despite the lapse of 1 year. Addressing the issues of the general public minimal. The DPR for the Kathmandu-Tarai fast track suggests for additional tunnels and reducing track lengths. Project's investment estimated to increase by 6 billion rupees. Foreign investors show interest in energy sector of Nepal following the amendment of the Electricity Trade Directorate by the Indian government. An ANFA's decision to organize the B Division League without provisions of promotion and relegation leaves clubs and players indifferent. Let us now begin with the latest national political update. It has been 4 years since all the 7 provinces were established as per the federal structure. However, almost all the provincial lawmakers have failed to deliver anything notable, attributed to the lack of experience, skilled human resources and infrastructure. For instance, Province 1 held 97 assembly meetings during the past 1 year. In the total 74 working days, the Provincial Assembly endorsed 23 different bills. The name and capital of the province, however, are yet to be determined. The provincial government has remained undecided over the matter due to differences within the ruling Nepal Communist Party itself.
यही अधिवेशन भित्र हामी समितिका सभापतिहरूको निर्वाचन सम्पन्न गर्नेछौं र यही अधिवेशनमा हामी यो राजधानी र नामाङ्करणको विषयलाई पनि प्रवेश गराएर टुङ्गाउने प्रयत्न गर्नेछौं.
Likewise, Province 2 also has yet to decide on its working language and capital. 72 meetings of the Provincial Assembly during the past 1 year sanctioned 16 different bills, including the ones related to recruiting province police and contract employees, among others. The Provincial Assembly also got into the limelight following an address of Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli in one of the Assembly meetings. Province 3 also has yet to determine its name and permanent capital, although it endorsed 24 bills through 70 Assembly meetings in the 1 year period. Province 5 too has sanctioned only 16 bills during its first 1 year, but has yet to determine its name and capital. Dispute regarding whether to name Butwal or Dang as the capital of Province 5 has persisted. Overall, only 3 of the 7 provinces have been able to decide their names and capitals during the past 1 year, while provinces 1, 2, 3 and 5 are yet to do so. The provincial governments also drastically lagged in terms of formulating laws and policies, along with addressing the public-oriented issues during the initial 1 year. The thematic committees of all 7 provinces remain virtually defunct, while the parliamentary vigilance against the government's activities also remain dismal. US Ambassador to Nepal Randy Berry has met with Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli. The meeting between Prime Minister Oli and US Ambassador Berry comes amid speculations of souring relationship between the US and Nepal. The US Embassy in Nepal had demanded for Nepal to clear its stance on Venezuela's political crisis after the ruling Nepal Communist Party's co-chairman Pushpakamal Dahal issued a statement criticizing the interference of the US on Venezuela's internal issues. Ambassador Berry had not attended the meeting held by Prime Minister Oli for the diplomatic community last Friday. However, the ambassador himself visited Prime Minister Oli yesterday evening. This meeting has hinted at both the sides trying to make amends to maintain the bilateral relationship between Nepal and the United States of America. Now moving on, a draft of the detailed project report DPR of the most touted Kathmandu-Tarai fast track has proposed that the track's length could be reduced by more than 3 kilometers. The draft has also advised to reduce the number of proposed bridges by 19, while it has suggested to increase the number of tunnels by 3. The overall estimated cost of the project has, however, been projected to be 6 billion rupees more than had been anticipated earlier. A Korean consultant company, Susung, submitted the DPR earlier this Sunday, suggesting deduction of the length of the fast track to 72.86 kilometers. The track would consist of 3 different tunnels of 6 kilometers each. Earlier, the Indian consultant IL&FC had proposed for a single tunnel of 1.35 kilometers for the project. The DPR draft prepared by the Korean company also has called for reducing the number of bridges to 80 instead of 99 as had been proposed by the Indian consultant. The project's estimated cost, however, has increased to 118 billion rupees, 6 billion rupees more than had been projected earlier, which has been attributed to the increase in the number of tunnels. The Korean consultant company is to finalize the DPR after receiving necessary suggestions from the Nepal army.
समय सीमाभित्रै आफूलाई दिएको समय सीमाभित्रै यही 20 गते डिपिआर चाहिँ को ड्राफ्ट फर्स्ट ड्राफ्ट चाहिँ नेपाली सेनालाई चाहिँ बुझाइसकेको छ। अहिले चाहिँ यो डिपिआर को चाहिँ रिभ्यू हुने काम हुँदैछ। नेपाली सेनाले यसको रिभ्यू गरेर यसको आफ्नो कमेन्टहरू समेत के छ त्यो चाहिँ हामीले फेरि परामर्शदाता कम्पनीलाई हामीले दिन्छौँ र हामीले दिएको कमेन्ट अनुसार उनले केही समय लगाएर जहाँसम्म 1 महिनाभित्र चाहिँ सबै काम सकिने हिसाब त्यो डिपिआर को काम सकिने हिसाबले उसले चाहिँ हामीलाई फाइनल डिपिआर चाहिँ हस्तान्तरण गर्छ।
The army had so far been unable to announce a global tenure notice due to the lack of the project's DPR. The project that is supposed to be concluded in 4 years has already completed the first 1.5 years of its tenure. The successful completion of this national pride project is anticipated to not only expedite transportation between Kathmandu and the Tarai region, but also significantly help boost the entire national economy. Foreign companies have turned more interested in establishing hydropower projects in Nepal following the amendment of the Electricity Trade Directorate by the Indian government. Both the United States and Chinese companies have expedited discussions on making investment in this regard, as the amendment has paved way to export electricity to India. The Indian government had endorsed its Electricity Trade Directorate 2 months ago. As per the Directorate, India had earlier refused to purchase electricity from the Nepalese projects with less than 51% of Indian investment. India has now amended the provision and has become ready to buy electricity from the projects without its investment. Following the development, Green Investment Group of America has started discussion on establishing a 400-megawatt Tila hydropower project in Nepal, while Chinese companies have taken the license for Moshangdi and Langtang hydro projects.
अहिले धेरै अरेबियन कन्ट्रीहरू एसियन लगानीकर्ताहरू मलेसिया कोरिया लगायतका देशबाट पनि सिङ्गापुरकाबाट पनि लगानीकर्ताहरू आएर सोध्ने गर्ने कुराहरू सुरु भएको छ। त्यसैले ओभरअलमा यो इनर्जी बैंकिङको सम्झौता भइसकेपछि जलविद्युत विकासको क्रमलाई चाहिँ जुन बाटो खोल्यो यसले लगानीकर्तालाई डेफिनेटली आकर्षित गर्छ, किन भन्दाखेरि अब बिजुली नबिक्ने सम्भावना रहेन भन्ने कुराको मेसेज व्यापक रूपमा गएको छ।
There are also policy-level ambiguities with regard to the transaction of electricity between Nepal and India. The Nepal Electricity Authority and India's Central Electricity Authority are holding discussions in this regard, while the Indian government has asked for 2 months to come up with its decision. A report issued by the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIAA, clarifies on the surge in incidents of corruption facilitated especially by the rising number of middlemen. Based on the CIAA's report, corruption is rampant, especially in the Survey Department, Land Revenue Office, and local level administrations. In this context, we had asked the public representatives at the local level what role have they been playing to control corruption. Let us now take a look at what they had to say.
Public voice.
योजनाप्रति भयो, मेरो कार्यालयप्रति भयो, म सचेत पनि गराउँछु। नियम र कानुन मिचेर कुनै पनि किसिमको काम नगर्नु हैन। अब कहीं हाम्रा बजेटहरु विनियोजन भएको छैन, म आफू पनि गरेर निगरानी गर्छु र जसरी अब पारदर्शी तरिकाले काम गरेको छ भने त्यसलाई हामी चाहिँ अब राख्न पुरस्कार पनि दिन्छौं।
कुनै पनि विकास निर्माण काममा मैले सुरुमै समिति उपभोक्ता समिति होस् चाहे जुनसुकै मापदण्ड पूरा गरेर भएका कामहरुमा पनि मैले पूर्ण रूपमा प्रष्ट रूपमा भन्दिने गरेको छु। हामीलाई 1 पैसा चाहिदैन।
कर्मचारी साथीहरुलाई पनि भ्रष्टाचार नगर्न निर्देशन दिएका छौं र वास्तविक कुरा चाहिँ के हो चाहिँ भनेर भन्दा सार्वजनिक सुनवाई हाम्रो सबै ठाउँमा भएको छ।
तीव्र गतिमा चाहिँ हामी सबै वडा जनप्रतिनिधिहरू वडा समितिहरू निगरानीमा छौं। निगरानी गरेर पनि सामाजिक लेखा परीक्षण गर्छौं।
कति लाग्यो सिमेन्ट, कति ढुङ्गा लाग्यो, कति ज्यामी लाग्यो भन्ने स्पष्ट चाहिँ हामी त्यो उपभोक्ता समितिका पदाधिकारी सबै र त्यहाँका जुन वरि छिमेकी मतलब उपभोक्तालाई पनि बोलाएर सबैको सामने चाहिँ वास्तविक खर्च कति भइरहेछ भन्ने खालको त्यो कुराहरु चाहिँ हामीले उपभोक्तालाई जानकारी गराएर
अनिवार्य रूपमा सामाजिक लेखा परीक्षण गर्नुपर्ने जनप्रतिनिधिहरूको साथमा रहेर चाहिँ गर्नुपर्ने। अनि अब त्यस्तै गरेर चाहिँ अब सार्वजनिक के रे चीजहरु चाहिँ खरिद गर्दाखेरि सार्वजनिक खरिद अनुसार चाहिँ खरिद समिति बनाएर अथवा कोटेसन लिएर त्यो हिसाबले गर्ने गरी चाहिँ हामीले गरेका छौं।
It is now time for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
The question is, why have 4 of the provincial governments not been able to declare their names and capitals? Your options are A. Clash of leaders' interests, B. Issue itself being complicated, and C. Not in priority. The voting is on. You can type any WS, select your option A, B or C, and then send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. With this, let us move on to the sports news.
Sports news.
The B Division League is taken as a competition to advance to the A Division. Throughout the world, the winner of the B Division progresses to the A Division. However, since All Nepal Football Association ANFA is organizing the league tournament without relegation this time around, there seems to be no excitement among the B Division clubs. As there won't be any teams advancing to the A Division, the B Division clubs do not seem to be paying much attention in the preparations. The B Division League football tournament kicks off from this coming Friday. Since the tournament couldn't take place last year due to the lack of playing ground, the clubs and players should have been excited this time. However, due to the fact that the teams won't face relegation and won't be progressing to the A Division League, most of the clubs haven't given much importance to practicing. To prepare for the 22-day-long B Division League tournament, ANFA has provided each of the 12 participating teams 700,000 rupees and football kits. However, the clubs do not seem to be spending money to recruit good players. The players do not look excited since their teams will remain in the B Division no matter how good they play. As a result, it is quite certain that the league tournament won't be competitive this time around. Former Guatemala football chief Brian Jimenez has been fined $350,000 for his role in the FIFA corruption scandal uncovered by the U.S. prosecutors. Brooklyn Federation Court fined Brian Jimenez for his involvement in the 2015 corruption scandal at the global football governing body FIFA. He pleaded guilty in July 2016 to 1 count of racketeering conspiracy and 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy. Jimenez, a member of the FIFA Committee for Fair Play and Social Responsibility, was banned from football for life in April 2017 after the adjudicatory chamber of FIFA's Ethics Committee said he violated the FIFA Code of Ethics article on general rules of conduct, duty of disclosure, cooperation and reporting, conflicts of interest, and bribery and corruption. And now, before we wrap up, here's a look at the top stories one more time. 4 provinces yet to decide on their names and capitals despite the lapse of 1 year, addressing the issues of the general public minimal. The DPR for the Kathmandu-Tarai fast track suggests for additional tunnels and reducing track lengths. Project's investment estimated to increase by 6 billion rupees. Foreign investors show interest in energy sector of Nepal following the amendment of the Electricity Trade Directorate by the Indian government. And ANFA's decision to organize the B Division League without provisions of promotion and relegation leaves clubs and players indifferent. That is all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will air at 11 a.m. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.